Hey there. So, I come to you today, out loving my Detroitish hat, right? Running errands, getting ready for Ty's graduation. And God is so good. We're getting across the finish line. It's been a struggle. And you all know the years that we've had recently. But I just want to give a shout out to God's amazing mercy and provision, like down to the littlest things. I have a song I wrote called Love's in the Details. Love's in the details, the way he shows that he cares, that he's always there by your side. He knows what we need, each little thing, and all that we need he'll provide. His love, it's in the details. So the detail today is that this week, our puppy, Chewy, who I've posted videos of before, so smart, so funny, great loving dog. We've had him for 13 years. All of his puppy cohort have already gone on before him. He's like that 90-year-old guy, in the rest home whose friends are all gone. But he's been in really good health. Considering his age. His eyesight's good still. His hearing's pretty good. He still does tricks. I taught him a new one recently. You probably saw, to shut the door. And but suddenly last week, Thursday, I noticed that he was like licking, and I was afraid his bladder stones were back, and he had an issue with that last year. We had to have surgery, and but then I noticed that his rear end was really like distended, like it kind of looked like, like badonkadonk. Like there's some chicks in LA and Miami that would like be all, yeah, I like those implants right there. But I knew it wasn't right. And so I called our vet and they let me bring him right in. And by the way, Banfield is great. Like I know it's a chain and like whatever, but we've been with them since Chewy was a puppy and it's been great. We've had a lot of vets through the years, but this one is my favorite. Her name's Dr. Haney. And so she looked at him right away and was like, yeah. And we were hopeful it was maybe like a cyst or something, because a lot of times cancers don't just pop up that quick. And so she was super sweet, sent us home with some stuff, did some tests, but went ahead and sent pathology off. And he's been okay, but kind of uncomfortable. Obviously, we've had to keep cones on him so that he can't get to it, and it bled for a while. And anyway, so Ty had said, bless Ty. I came home and was telling him the other morning about Chewy, and I was kind of tearful, and he started to chuckle, Tyler. But I think he was chuckling at himself because he knew what he was about to ask. So he said, well, can we get a puppy? I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And I'm like, no, we can't get a puppy. Can I have a puppy for graduation? No, you can have a puppy for graduation, and Chewy is not gone. So I'm not kidding, y'all. Like within 2 hours, we have across the street neighbors. They're new to the neighborhood, young couple, and they had a golden retriever, like a golden doodle, a while back. That was a puppy, like 4 years old, not old, and she had to be put down very tragically, suddenly, a few months ago. And Ty was looking forward to getting to know that dog and dog sit. And I am not kidding. I'm not kidding when I say a couple hours after Ty asked for a new puppy for graduation and we knew Chewy was sick. The neighbor texted me and said, hey, Kathy, we just got a new 10-month-old golden doodle. I wonder if Ty wouldn't mind coming to meet Gravy and dog sitting some. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I was able to go into Ty and be like, hey, I got you a puppy. It just lives across the street. But y'all, for real, like, I know that sounds like I'm making light of things, but then, like, yesterday Ty went and met Gravy. Today Ty was talking about, I'm going to see the dog. Like, he's smitten. And just God's timing, like the provision that, as we're going to have to say goodbye to Chewy, God would give Ty, this little friend across the street, right, that we're going to have a neighbor puppy to soften the blow a little bit. And no, it's not going to be the same. And we all love our fur babies, especially the good ones, right? Although I got to tell you another little story about Chewy and what God told me last week. I was mad at Chewy. He had done something while we were dog sitting for another dog. He'd gotten into his stuff into the treats that I taught him in the bathroom. He got into into that thing, stolen the bag of treats. He was in his crate and he was going after him, man. And I was trying to take him away from him, and he bore his teeth at me, and I think like really tried to bite me. I mean, the whole thing. And I was mad at him about it because here we have this guest dog who, like, when I scolded him, he like tucked his tail in shame, who could have ripped my face off if he wanted to. And Chewy's like baring his teeth and trying to bite me for taking the stuff away. So I held a grudge for a few days, and I was kind of mad at him. And the Lord said to me, no kidding, this was Wednesday night of last week, Kathy, he's a dog. And not because he's saying like the dog is less than. He was saying he was just acting like a dog. And even if he wasn't just acting like a dog and he was just in a bad mood, how many times do you snap at, growl out, bare your teeth at your friends and family when you're not in a good way? And so you need to forgive him. Like, you don't need to hold a grudge. Yeah. And I know, guys, people who aren't dog people are gonna be like, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. No. And then literally it was the next morning that this tumor popped up. And so it's also kind of a reminder to all of us, right? Not to waste time in unforgiveness with a human, with anybody, right? Because we don't know what our next day brings. And so while I know some of you maybe, this is so stupid, it's a dog. I hope those of you who have animals understand, but those of you who don't can see the parallels, right? And the point is that the Lord, wants to remind us of several things. One, we don't know when our time is up, and we don't want to have any regrets, and we want to stay in right relationship with him and with those around us and have a heart of mercy and forgiveness. And two, he really does love us down to the detail. And so this has been very merciful. And the fact that Tyler has a new friend puppy across the street named Gravy is just God's goodness and provision. So we're going to say goodbye to Chewy. I'm not going to post this until we've already told Bryce, which we're not going to tell until after work today. But if you'll be praying for us, because we're probably going to have to put Chewy down Monday. The vet said that it's a hard call to make, but we can't let it go long because the tumor is just going to grow and bust out of the skin, basically. And so since we're not going to do surgery because that's not recommended in this case, just be praying for us. We got a lot going on this weekend, a lot to be thankful for. But anyway, God loves us. God loves you. And he shows it in the details, down to a little puppy dog named Gravy across the street. Have a blessed weekend.